review question 7, all about derivative rules, given all kinds of tabular information and practicing. So part A, if p of x is f of x times g of x, find the value of p prime of 1. Well, we're multiplying, so it's a product rule. So f of x times g prime of x plus f prime of x times g of x. You could also have f prime of x times g of x plus f of x times g prime of x. Remember, order doesn't matter, okay? So now we sub in R1. F of 1 is 3, g prime of 1 is 9, f prime of 1 is negative 1, g of 1 is 3. So we get 27 minus 3 is 24, is p prime of 1, which is our slope. Our point, we have to evaluate p of 1. So p of 1 is going to be f of 1 times g of 1, so 3 times 3 is 9. So our point is 1, 9, our slope is 24. There's the equation of our tangent line. Okay. Part B, quotient rule. Q prime is going to be g times f prime minus f times g prime over g squared. Bottom times the derivative of the top minus the top times the derivative of the bottom over the bottom squared. We want q prime of 2. So g of 2 times f prime of 2 minus f of 2 times g prime of 2 over g of 2 squared. So we have 1 times 3 minus 0 times negative 2 over 1 squared. Gives us 3. That's the slope of the tangent. Okay, then we want the equation of the normal line. Okay, so first we need our point. It's at 2. So g of 2 is f of 2 over g of 2. Q of 2 is f of 2 over g of 2. So 0 over 1 is 0. So our point is 2, 0. And since we want the equation of the normal line, the slope of the normal is the negative reciprocal of the slope of the tangent. So be careful with that. Some people had positive 1/3, negative 1/3. And it's going to be y minus 0, or just y, equals negative 1/3 times x minus 2. So there's our slope of our normal line. Part C, f of g of x. This is classic chain rule, okay? F prime of g of x times g prime of x. That's c prime of x, okay? So c prime of 1 is going to be f prime of g of 1 times g prime of 1. First, evaluate g of 1. G of 1 is 3, so we're going to have f prime of 3 times g prime of 1 is 9. So now we have to get f prime of 3. So f prime of 3 is 1. So 1 times 9 is 9. That's our slope of c at x equals 1. We have to find our point, so we have to do f of g of 1. G of 1 is 3. F of 3 is negative 2. So we have our point is at 1, negative 2. Our slope is 9. So here's our equation, y plus 2 equals 9 times x minus 1. Okay, and now what was probably the trickiest part of this question, the integral from 0 to 1 of g double prime of 2x. Well, FTC, right? Integral from 0 to 1 of g double prime of 2x. When we integrate g double prime, we're going to get g prime. So we have to do a u sub because of the 2x. So if u is 2x, du is 2 dx, so du over 2 is dx. So we get a 1/2 out in front. And this is a case where I would actually change the bounds. Our x bounds are 0 and 1. So when x is 0, sub 0 in here, we get u is 0. When x is 1, sub 1 in here, we get u is 2. So our bounds are now from 0 to 2 in terms of u. So we have 1/2 integral from 0 to 2 of g double prime of u du, which is going to be 1/2 g prime, I should have put this up here, it's going to be 1/2 of g prime of 2 minus g prime of 0, because integral of g double prime is g prime. And now we just go to our chart, 1/2 of negative 2 minus negative 5, so 1/2 of negative 2 plus 5 gives us 3 over 2. A lot of people had it, you were just missing the 1/2, because you kind of did a u sub, but you didn't, okay? You have to remember this part over here, very important. Okay, so I think part D, out of all these parts on here, I think part D is the one to be most aware of because of this u sub in here. That could easily show up in one of those FTC graph questions or something like that. Okay.